on innovation management. And today we are fortunate to have a very eminent personality who has worked tremendously in the area of innovation and marketing from a very renowned institute of India, Banaras Hindu University. So it is always a pleasure to have you, sir, in the midst of our uh, this in our FDP as a resource person, and your thought-provoking lectures, your ideas always enlighten the students, participants. I have attended a few of the classes of yours earlier also, and I believe that your idea will definitely add value to the life of our participants. So, Dr. Anurag Singh, he's from Banaras Hindu University. We're currently working in Institute of Management Studies, Banaras Hindu University, and his specialization is in the area of marketing. So he will be talking about influencers of innovation management innovations. He has a lot of publications in the area of marketing and innovation. So, sir, now it's over to you. This is a group of our participants from all over India. Basically, they are the faculty members, and some of them are the research scholars too, from all over India, primarily from the area of management and engineering education. These are the two areas from which this our participant consists of. But there are some other participants also from other than this area, like some from the science background, like faculty member in some science discipline like physics or chemistry. A few of them are also here, but primarily we have this is a batch of faculty members and research scholars interested in the area of innovation and innovation management. So thank you, sir. Now the session is all yours. Over to you.
It's my pleasure, Dr. Ranjit. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. It's my pleasure, Dr. Ranjit, to be here in faculty development program, which is focused on innovation management. And you are so generous that whenever you organize any kind of program, you always invites me. I don't know whether I'm able to deliver the content or it is just a friendship because that you are inviting. But anyway, I'm always thankful to Indian Institute of Technology.
You are invited because of your capability, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. But every time I am invited, that's why I am always thankful to Indian Institute of Information Technology, Allahabad, IIIT Allahabad. I'm sharing my PowerPoint. Please tell me whether it is being shared or not. Is it being shared?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm coming in full mode. Is it visible? Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. See, I was listening to Professor Gupta, such a wonderful speaker. So I joined late, and the reason for joining late was, I was given the invitation, but because of internet connectivity, it always goes every place. Even you and me, always faces the same kind of problem in almost every places. Because of that, I could not remain in the program throughout when it was started. But at the last time, when he was about to complete, I joined. I listened number of things where he talked about innovation, how to provoke the innovation in innovation ecosystem. I will be focusing especially my topic, which was given to me, that is uh, understanding the wider context of innovation and the influencer. So throughout this particular lecture, I will be focusing especially on the influencer part. You need to understand where I am focusing and for what particular purpose I am focusing. Because as far as the innovation is concerned, there are a number of drivers which plays an important role. And we need to understand, in case if we are able to understand the driver, then definitely we can at least take initiative, especially in the field of innovation. Now, the big question is, always you will be finding everywhere written on almost all the websites that innovation takes place in our life, but at the same time, 70% of organizations change for innovation, changes which are taking place in the form of innovation, they fails. And there are numerous examples about the failure of innovation. Few of the examples which I would like to quote in front of you, the example of Kodak. You must be remembering, sorry, Kodak. You must be remembering the Kodak was one of the pioneer, especially in before 20 years when the digital cameras were not introduced. They took the initiative in order to develop the digital camera, and the engineer who really found that digital innovation, that was Steve Sasson. He came with that particular innovation in 1975, and he came in front of the leaders of Kodak that this is the future and let us focus especially on this particular part. But the Kodak family, they could not understood the meaning of digital innovation, the digital camera, and they simply stopped Steve Sasson not to introduce this particular kind of digital innovation in the market. Otherwise, whatever we have grabbed the market, that will simply be ruined. So that is, the innovation took place, but that could not get launched in the market. In later stage, you must be understanding what exactly the scene of, digital camera at present and where the Kodak is standing. Similarly, the second example which we can quote, that is the example of Nokia, the big company who became, such a Finland-based company, started up very early, but in late 90s, and Nokia was the global leader in mobile phones. You must be knowing this. Nokia was the mobile leader, global leader in mobile phones. But because of understanding that the kind of innovation they need to make very late, they could not introduce the innovation in time. And what happened? The Android at the same time, iOS system, they captured the market, and finally Nokia had to go out from the market. And where the Nokia is standing at present, it is not like that they haven't tried, but they could not understand the real meaning of the time, and because of that, they could not start the innovation process in time. And few other persons, they became the market leader. The third example, which can be put in front of you, that is the example of a Xerox. Xerox was that company who fortunately developed and invented the PC at the very initial stage when the PC didn't came in the market. Now you can understand where the Xerox was standing. Xerox tried the level best. That particular idea came to the mind of a people, but you know what happened? The management of a Xerox, they could not understand where the future of the PC is. In case if they divert from Xerox copying machine to some other product profile, then definitely the entire market which was existing with them, that will go away from them. That is the example of a Xerox. Next example, which can be quoted, you must be knowing it well. In around 2000, a very famous device which every young person used to have, that was called as a Walkman. That was a device which was introduced by a Sony. Sony could not understand what is the future of the device which was being which every young person used to have at that particular moment. And what happened? They could not try it in that particular field through digitalization. And finally, some other devices like MP3 player came, and that simply ruined the market of entire Sony Walkman, which were existing with them. So there are numerous examples. Not only this, if you take the example of a Ponds, in 1973, they took the initiative in order to introduce one product, that was the Ponds toothpaste. That was introduced in the market. But when it went to the people, whosoever they tried, they found that the Ponds was tasting just like a cream, as the kind of smell that particular cream used to have. And that's why even after introducing that particular product in the market, they could not get the proper speed. So there are numerous examples about the failure of innovation. One quote which I would like to quote in front of you, that a culture eats strategy for breakfast. This quote was given by Peter Drucker. He said that strategy was very important. He didn't mean that strategy was not important, but a powerful and empowering culture, that is one of the important parameter in order to have the organization success, especially for innovation. So he especially focused on empowering the culture, powerful and empowering culture, which can make a sure route for organization success instead of focusing especially on the strategy. He mean to say strategy is one of the important components. Along with that, organization success also depends on creating and developing an empowering culture. According to innovation driven technology company SAP, you must be knowing the name, system application product in data processing. Innovation is not exclusive to one person, one team, or even one department. Every employee or every stakeholder that has ideas that can lead to the innovation. So whenever we talk about the culture, we need to understand there's a need to create a culture, and culture can be constituted by any person which is the part of the system. That can be any stakeholder, even including the consumer as well. They can be the influencer, employee can be the influencer, or the breakthrough which is coming in front of them, the opportunities which are existing in front of them, they can be influencer. Now, question comes, what is a culture of innovation? The most important driver of innovation is the culture. That is one of the biggest influencer of innovation. What is that? Culture of innovation means that environment which supports creative thinking and advances efforts to extract economic and social value for knowledge. That environment which creates, supports the creative thinking and advances effort to extract economic and social value from knowledge, and in doing so generates new and improved products, services, and or process. Any person which is involved in that particular culture, in this form, in this environment, in order to extract the economic and social value from knowledge, that creates the innovation culture. But there's a one thing, whenever the innovation culture is being formed, there's a need to have, one important thing, that the innovation culture should be very much healthy. That means whatever the shared set of value are there, they should be mutually reinforcing the belief to support research and innovation. They should be able to reinforce the belief to support innovation. Because when the healthy culture will be there, then definitely the thriving culture of innovation that will be created. Now, what makes innovation the norm? What makes innovation the norm? What happens? These are four things which are in front of you. They are collaboration, communication, invest in learning and sharing, and embracing the risk. In case if any of the organization which is involved in having the effective collaboration, then the effective innovation culture will reinforce collaborating by rewarding it. There's a need to have a proper collaboration in along with. And now the question comes, to whom the company should collaborate. Companies can collaborate with any of the stakeholder. They may be one of the they may be the part of the innovation ecosystem. They may be the part of an innovation startup system. They may be any person which are the final beneficiary of that particular innovation. They may be any employee which is having the idea or which is having the expertise, especially in that particular field. Even the competitor can be also one of the collaborator whenever the innovation needs to be taken. Second important parameter which always helps in framing the innovation, the norm, that is the communication. That whenever the communication between 2%, 3%, entire team, if that breaks, then definitely the possibility to have a brainstorming to find the better idea, that will never take place. Therefore, company needs to have a strong innovation culture, have clarity where they want to be, and devote time and resource in brainstorming. Communication is one of the important parameters. Third thing, even after forming an innovation culture, even after forming an innovation ecosystem, one should not stop, especially investing the money, investing the time, especially learning and sharing. Because learning, skill development, and sharing are the core aspect of a working experience. In case if someone learns whatever the knowledge I am having, if it increases, it doubles, it triples, then definitely it is going to pay out something to someone. And what happens whenever we write even a one specific page, even after reading out continuously for 10 times, we always find lot many, correction in that particular page. Now, how it is happening? Because the previous context which we have written, that is not matching with the next context which is coming. And accordingly, we started doing, taking all the initiative in order to match it out. So whatever the problem do exist with any kind of writing, we work it out. We can say this is the third thing which needs to be which needs to work out. What is that? Learning and sharing and embracing the risk. It is one of the very important parameter. We can say that we should not be very much failure of any kind of uh, um, fail failure, especially innovation, because that is not going to become one of the part of our review. And something whatever it must definitely create a specific kind of learning. You must have seen number of innovation which failed earlier. That doesn't stop the company to stop innovation. Even after that, they worked out very specifically in that particular direction, because that has created the motivation in them. So these are four things which needs to be understood from the angle of innovation and all. Now we need to understand the cultural web. What what is this cultural web? This cultural web that was given by Johnson and Scholes, and he talks about these six parameters, which is surrounded, and it specifically makes the culture. First, stories. Story is one of the very important parameter which creates the culture web, and it always knits and tells how it even motivates us. What past events people talked about inside and outside the organization, success or failure, who are and what are heroes and heroines. We need to understand, we need to focus especially on that particular part. Story is one of the very important parameter for culture web, which always creates a better culture for innovation. Symbols. Now, you must be understanding there's a meaning of a specific logo, there's a meaning of a formal informal dress code that simply gives a psychological attachment with the other person with whom we are going to collaborate. Even that symbol also plays an important role, especially in creating a culture of innovation. Ritual and routine, the behavior and rules that signal importance. So, what is supposed to happen in given situation, what is valued by management, that needs to be understood, and it needs to be focused, especially about the behavior and rules. Next thing is pocket of real power and influence. In case those people which can take the decision about the operations, which can give the direction, that and this is which includes the social power. That is also one of the very important component of any of the culture. Organization structure, whether it is a formal structure or informal structure, the kind of relationship which is existing that particular structure, that can help and give the direction or the motivation to some other people in order to work out, which will create a specific kind of culture. And finally, the control. Definitely, any of the culture which needs to be, formed, there's a need to have a specific kind of control, which may be the internal control system, which may be related to the finance, which may be related to the quality, which may be related to the performance, which may be related to the rewards and salaries. So whenever these six pillars of culture that comes together, definitely it helps in creating a better innovation culture. Now, this is one of the example it will help you out in taking you back to a specific scene where you have experienced something. You have to think of a time you or your organization were truly innovative. What made it innovative? Now, one picture which is there in front of you must be understanding that there's a one person and he's holding a one, umbrella in his hand. At the same time, one umbrella, he put it in a reverse form. And the three persons which are walking around, they're having the umbrella in their hand. Definitely, it denotes that infrastructure is very much required. In case if that person would have not additional umbrella, he would have not created this kind of picture. And this picture also denotes that he is not only the one person which is able to turn the umbrella in a reverse direction, at the same time can sit inside alone. The team, which is the innovative team, which was created by the innovation of culture, that has helped in turning that particular umbrella into a reverse, and even coming on that particular umbrella, and later on putting that another umbrella in his hand in order to save himself from the rain, and he's flowing. So what happens? Sometimes innovation may be thought alone. I may be individual person, which may think differently, but at the same time, when three of us, four person, which comes together, which creates a culture of innovation, which creates the environment of innovation that is created by collaboration, that helps in having an innovation in a better way. That's why you must have seen Professor Arun Gupta, Professor Gupta, he was especially focusing about the 2 or 3 websites where he simply asked to come and look at in case if you can contribute additionally in order to have the innovation. That is the best example of this particular culture of innovation. Now, what exactly do we mean by innovation? Definitely you must be knowing. Innovation is about process and relations, comprehensively and equitably, focused on understanding the problems and issues of stakeholders. What is it? Is comprehensively and equitably focused on understanding the problems and issues of stakeholders. Understanding the problem for issue stakeholder, then designing solution and testing them with an eye on learning and adaptation. Afterwards, whenever the problem is understood properly, then taking all initiative in order to design the solution of that particular problem. And once sufficiently tested, implemented, and evaluating the solution before scaling it up. It means to say here that the solution, innovation is in our hand. We have to understand the things from the angle of a problem. And each and everything creates a problem. Now, few days back, I was in a market, especially in one of the departmental store, and there are numerous products which are introduced and kept, especially in the shelves of that any of the department store. And if you pick it up, if you have not seen it earlier, you will find something different which has been introduced, which I am not knowing, Keeping that thing, that idea in mind, that may be something new, which may be of my great use, that must be in a shelf. I simply went to that particular Japanese company's departmental store. I'm exactly not remembering the name. I went to a shelf. I found one particular product. Picking that particular in my hand, after reading it out, I could find that particular product was a kind of spray which was made for those people who used to have a bad odor by by putting up socks and shoes on continuous basis, because we know we have the different tendency of our body. There are certain persons who have sufficiently they used to sweat, and few people they used to sweat in their paw as well. And what happens whenever they put on the socks and the shoe, that it starts smelling very bad. Even putting the wash socks in the morning and evening, it is so difficult for any person to let person come inside that particular room, and that becomes a big problem for any of the customer, any of the person. So what happened? So that was a particular product which was there in the spray form. Before putting on the socks, there's a need to simply have a spray, especially on the lower part. And what happened? That it never convert in the form of it never sweats, and finally there's no odor at all. So what happened? Problem exists in our environment. We find it. Anything can be a problem. Even what happened, if you find almost 10 years has passed, that almost all the high wall AC, they have now been converted in inverter AC. What is the reason behind that? Because the air conditioner used to charge huge electricity, and because of that, the person used to pay lot of electricity bill. So that has become one of the specific issue, and companies understood, and they simply worked out, especially in that particular area, and they came with a one innovative technology, that is an inverter AC. Not many person, they simply found it difficult that what kind of air conditioner this is existing. Is still the persons are having the problem understanding the inverter AC technology. So what happens? Problem exists in the society. Society have the problem, but we have to think from their angle. We have to assess and find the problem society is having. Then and then only solution can be found. That this is the particular definition of innovation talk in that particular area. We can say that there are 4 types of innovation which are existing. It can be divided in 2 parameters. How well is the problem defined? How we have defined the problem, and another parameter is how well is the domain defined. That how nicely we have defined the domain. It is on 2 parts, not well and well, at the same time problem defined, not well and well. And on the basis of this thing, the innovation can be divided into 4 parts. In case the problem has been defined well, but at the same time domain is not defined well, then breakthrough innovation. But in case if the problem has not been defined well, at the same time domain is also not defined well, then it is a basic research. And in case if the problem has been defined well and the domain has not been defined well, then it is disruptive innovation. And similarly, sustaining innovation, etc., etc. These are the 4 types of innovation. This is the innovation process which is existing in front of you. It starts exploring, trying, and doing. Exploring what? Exploring the problem and going in expedition of those particular problem in depth, especially in order to find the problem, because problem needs to be understood in a proper way. Problem needs to be understood in a proper way. So what happened in exploring? The innovators simply try to seek the problem to solve. They go on expedition, and afterward, that defining, refining potential solution, that particular process starts, and that comes in the column of our try. And what happens immediately after? Definitely experimentation starts. And when, in case if they are able to have the breakthrough, especially if a 1, 2, or 4, 5 experiment, then it's okay. Otherwise, what happens? The experimentation continues further. And after continuing the experimentation, the operationalization process starts. And finally, in case if the particular product that is very attractive and very innovative, then definitely the scale-up process starts. That's why the innovation process has been divided into 3 parts: exploring, trying, and doing it. And we can say one of the very important parameters in this, the evaluation, learning, and adapting. These are 3 important aspects of any of the innovation process. So this is the innovation process which is existing in front of you. Now, there are 6 actions which needs to be considered whenever the problem is existing, especially innovation. Fine. We divide all those particular parts into 2 parts: definition and discovery. What needs to be defined? Problem needs to be defined. Problem needs to be defined from a human angle. It needs to be narrated. It needs to be framed. It needs to be advocated. Now, how we can define the problem? Problem exists everywhere. Even after going out in summer, if we are out in front of our sunlight, and we at least, it is so difficult for us to pass even 1 to 2 hours. In that condition, we only find that let me get any kind of shade. The problem is existing. We need to understand from the angle of a human being, narrating it, framing it, advocating it. And when these 3 parts, if that take place in a proper way, then definitely we can find what? We can find the solution for a human voice. We can activate the solution for a human voice. We can synthesize the solution for a human voice. That's why the problem needs to be divided into 2 parts: definition part and discovery part. What is, how we are understanding the problem and what needs to be discovered? That is another important aspect. Now, coming to the innovation lenses, take a different perspective. Now, coming differently. Now, this is one picture which is being displayed in front of you that is talking about effective community focused innovation. Effective community focused innovation. Here, it is being defined from 3 different angles: problem lens, solution lens, and experience lens. Now, problem lens means identify the problem to solve. Solution lens means apply a positive deviance approach in order to give the solution for that particular problem. The experience lens, it is a human-centered design approach. Now, from the problem lens, we need to extend define using why approach. That is, generate insights and ideas and identify solutions. Take an interactive adaptation approach, experimenting at a local level. It needs to be initiated in understanding the problem from the problem lens by having the proper interactive adapter approach, by experimenting that thing at a local level, even by discussing what exactly is the problem, that some clue out of the particular problem one can get. But from the solution lens, we need to look for communities who have solved the problem better, learn from their solution, and adapt to new communities and contexts. Number of persons which are there, which might have tried something in the form of a solution lens in earlier stages. We need to look at it. Why that particular solution was not so successful? Why, has it come into existence, or it has been synthesized and scaled up? It has been bought in the market or not? That needs to be understood. In case we start discussing with those people who have already taken the initiative in order to solve the problem, we may get the clue which we are expecting to have. And the third thing is the experience lens. That is, get out of engage with your users. We need to get engaged with the users. Observe their life, look from their perspective, listen to their experience, capture images, videos, stories in the richness. This is real insight to design upon. Many times we understand the problem, but at the same time, we never get engaged with those particular users who are having the problem with those persons. So we can say, now who can be the users for whom we need to innovate? We need to innovate for the human. Who are the human? Even the customer, they are the human. We need to have the regular interaction, especially with those people, in order to find the proper and absolute solution for the society. So this was the innovative lens that we need to understand from a three angle: problem lens, solution lens, and experience lens. Now, design thinking, this is a framework for innovation. We need to empathize first, then define, then test, ideate, and prototype. This is the framework for innovation which need to follow. Now, a question comes, if it is so successful, why don't we take the proper initiative in order to innovate? Because we have lots of solutions keeping away from innovation. We have lot many, justifications. What are the justifications? We don't have the time or the money to waste on unproven ideas. The ideas which will not work unnecessarily, why should we waste time? Why risk it when we are doing fine? When we are perfectly fine, we are already doing fine. What is the need to go ahead, especially in this particular innovation? I can't innovate with those marketing bombings in the room. We know it well that number of persons are there in that particular place with whom we need to work, but the same kind of justification which used to come in front of mind. My manager says she wants it, but her response to my idea is always yeah, but she never gives the proper attention, especially in my idea. That's why I must keep away from it. What is the point? Our CEO will just do what he wants anyway. Any senior persons who are involved in it, they themselves are decision taker. Probably they will take the initiative for the need to go ahead. Why should I give unnecessarily the idea to the chief executive officer? And what will happen when I will give the idea? He will simply give the complete blame on me, and he will say, he'll put the complete burden on me. You develop the ecosystem in order to innovate it. Other justification can be, sure, I want to, but my job performance is based on current norm and operations. Innovation is not going to give anything to me. So these are the few justifications which always stops a person in order to initiate first, initiate second, initiate third as well, especially in innovation, which needs to be avoided. So what to do? We need to have a structure of co-creation. We need to have a co-creation which will formulate and develop a culture of innovation. Now, what is co-creation? Co-creation means that having 2 or 3 persons, maybe more than that, they are working especially all together in order to understand the problem and to design something in order to come up on the problem and bring something in the form of a solution. So co-creation is a product or service design process in which input from the customers plays a central role from beginning to end. Central role from beginning to end. From understanding the problem to taking the initiative in order to develop the prototype and scaling it up and bringing it to the market. These are the few stages where the customer used to play a central role, and he always used to give a specific kind of clue, especially in innovation. But there are 7 considerations for co-creation. What are those? Let's understand.
अभी मैंने बोला कि
बरोबर टी मध्ये गेली इन्फॉर्म रोगाची सुगंध गेला ना तिचं काय माहिती नसते का नाही ना ठीक आहे नाही ही युनिव्हर्सिटीला पाठवायची ते मेजर लेवलचा मुलांचा प्रॉब्लेम असतो ना मी ती युनिव्हर्सिटीला पाठवायची म्हणून एकदा कन्फर्म करते
बघा हे जे मुलं आहेत ना आपण म्हणालो आपल्याला पण त्यांनी सांगितले जातं ते आहे म्हणून परत म्हणतात की मार्केटिंग आहे आता शुभम रघुवंशी जो आहे तो जरी बिझनेस अनालिटिक्स असेल तरी तो मार्केटिंगच्या असाइनमेंट बहुतेक त्यांनी कशात तरी ऍड केले होते मी काय केलं होतं यावेळेस फक्त 20 मुलांची लिस्ट पाठवली त्या ग्रुपमध्ये सेंड केली मार्केटिंगच्या त्याच मुलांनी फक्त मला तुमचे डोमेन आयडी द्या कॅनव्हासमध्ये ऍड करण्यासाठी त्या 30चे खाली 40 झाले तुला तुम्ही वरचे 10 तुम्ही ऍड करताय तुम्हाला तुमचं स्पेशलायझेशन माहित नाही का तुमचं तरी पण प्रतीक्षा कार्य आली किंवा सूर्यवंशी आला त्यांना सांगावं लागलं तुमचं स्पेशलायझेशन आहे ना काही रिप्लाय नाही त्याच्यावर हो म्हणतात नाही म्हणतात त्यांना स्वतःलाच माहित नाही
महेश पुंजी देतो ना महेश पुंजी देतो मार्केटिंग पण मार्केटिंग घेतलं आणि रोहित पाटील मार्केटिंग आणि विराम यादव दिस चीप इज फायनल
Hello, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself. Hello. Sir, you are muted.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's okay. You are
Slides are visible now?
Yeah, visible.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So now these are the 7 considerations to promote innovation through virtual interaction.